Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and welcome to another week's episode of Eat Fruit Pod. I'm your girl, Kay.
I'm your girl, Killa. 4 A's. Who you?
Eat fruit and mind your business.
So here's something I need to just,
And I see what you say. Whenever the camera came to Fat Joe, he thought, no, fuck that. I had that mask on. And COVID was in there somewhere.
God bless.
That COVID was in there.
God bless.
Yo, I seen that on your page and I was just like, him no look black. But it's very clear. That's a black man right here. The man said,
I've never questioned.
The man said, the COVID is in there, was in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
God bless. Cover. I'm going to cover every last one of you. Yeah, no, Fat Joe did it with that synopsis. Like,
one more scripture for the people, though. One more.
Take that.
Price went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Honestly, like, big up Fat Joe for saying that.
Business.
Like, respect to Jada Kiss, you're effing right. It's not the same price. I'm so happy for you, Jada. Like, the real ones knew who you were, but now everybody knows who you are. And I'm really happy to see somebody who stayed down and like stayed true. And like now it's cool to be that nigga. Like, praise to the Most High. And Joe, like Joe being on point. Yes, it was such a good time for hip hop. I'm super happy to have been able to see all that shit, man.
And I don't even care that it was a week ago because true say, I already rewatched it again. I already downloaded the file to my phone and blasted it in the whip as I was driving around. And now I'm like, okay, so now I have Verzuz live albums similar to like my Stone Love. Well, nothing can touch Stone Love, but you know what I mean? Like
that's pretty major.
Literally what we grew up on, definitely too young, but it was everything for me, like everything.
Too young? Maybe too young for you, but that's when I was touching
outside.
The road. That's when I was like, I'm about to just step outside. And Jewels was like, I'm 18 and live a crazy life.
Let me show you what these things like. Listen.
When everybody was quoting Cam and them. Everybody.
I didn't sit down like one time. Like I was standing in front of my TV as if I was like standing in the stadium. Like it was everything, like everything.
There was a legit point where I realized that like I was hyping. Like I was actually tearing up and I was hyping because I was losing it in my house. It was so transporting that I was back in Toronto in 2000 and blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, yo, I don't think you understand. Niggas don't have the new eras that I have because they don't make them shits no more. Okay?
Not at all.
Okay?
Not at all. I get the boosters, I get the cutest people. Y'all can shot and call me. I do the shooting.
Get 'em, girl.
I do the recruiting. I do the students. Yo. I was already tweeting. I was like, Killa.
I seen it after, and I was like, honestly, when something's going down, I need to be on Twitter because Twitter is where it's at.
To be.
I didn't realize that until I seen your tweet, and I was like, yo, shit was bumping in Twitter, and Verzuz, like, I needed to. That was the only thing that could have elevated my Verzuz is just that whole Twitter energy, but. In terms of that, as a Verzuz, I've never actually planned and showed up to a Verzuz. That's the first.
I made everyone. You guys didn't have a choice. I told you. I told Mr. T. Ford. I told Drew. Like I was telling everyone.
That was one of those that like it went around. Like your people were just like, "Oh, so you're gonna be here? So hi. I think this is for you, by the way. So I'm like, we're gonna pull up at the verses because you know it's gonna be Dipset and Locks. And once they said that, I was just like,
that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Some things you have to do.
Some
things you're obligated to do. And it was one of those. I got up. I was trashed from the night. I went to Seductive the night before. Litty as fuck, and like woke up literally just in time for the verses. Turned it on. It was still sideways. Got up and was like, I need to do my dishes. I need to adult. Did that while it was on, and like such a good time.
It was. I didn't even
have to see what was happening. Just hearing it and being part of it was.
It was a great time. I feel like if like my nieces or my nephews, not that I should be showing it to them, but I'm gonna be honest. If they were to be like, yo, what was the music from your time? What was it feel like? I feel like definitely this versus battle is something I could be like, yo, watch that and you'll get a full, and they didn't even get the full essence, but even through the TV, like
it was
niggas,
so strong.
Bitches were saying like, yo,
you
can feel the energy in there.
Y'all niggas need to get off the stage.
Get off the stage.
I don't know why we've been saying this to you for so long, and y'all niggas still on the stage though. Like, why y'all still on the stage? I'm just like, New York, I love you.
Like, my gosh,
everything. There were points in that versus when it was very much like Method Man and Wu-Tang on that stage at the Source Awards.
Facts.
And like, Ghostface Killer was just moshing off in his fucking all black tracksuit and his 40 belows. And like Method Man was running around hyping up the whole crowd. Yeah. New York was there. Yeah. Suge Knight done took a shot at Diddy and everybody was like, what the fuck? He did this in our hometown? Like, what the hell is going on? Like it had that.
Let's not play. We know what the Locks is. They've always been what they are. Like, I remember one of my Trees guys, like he's completely like Jada, like real street mans. I feel like it's always the Locks and Jada thing. So like seeing that stuff that I would see when I was in high school and all of that. And like, it was just like amazing to see all these guys that like we've grown up seeing, you know, on the stage still doing their thing, but even better than before. I was like, there was a moment where I was watching it and I think Jada was doing, when you went into this Clue mixtape, freestyle bag. Sorry, guys that aren't really into music. I'm like completely nerding out right now. But like that is shit. I would literally go on that Piff or LimeWire to be finding to create room on my desktop to download to put onto my MP3 so I can bump on my way to like, it was
everything.
Girl, boy, back then the music just spoke. Like it wasn't
straight.
That
was really like a good night for the hood niggas.
And like that's what I was gonna say. So there was a part where like Jada was rapping the Clue freestyle. There were a lot of moments, but he was rapping the Clue freestyle. And you know, he was shining. Jada was shining, you know, and I looked at him like, geez, can you imagine like you went from like no diss or whatever, but you were like this big fat, like you like not really that attractive looking type of like gentleman. You weren't at your full like potential, you know what I mean? You were New York, what that was then, like, you know, and that's how that looked like. And to see you now in like all of your thorns, all of your crowns, rocking it, eating veggies now, like you're not serving that no more. You're serving veggies and health juices to your community. And like, you still got that real nigga in you. Nobody ever questioned that. Yeah. No one ever questioned that, but just like, I think about artists more and more and the state of mind they have to go through to write certain verses that we love, that they may not be that person anymore, but like, we love them. Like for that, Jigga, prime example, Locks, clearly, Cameron, Suck It or Not came on, knew every fucking bar because that's what the fuck it is. Like, period. Baby girl, you gonna suck it or not? Like, those were the tracks and it was just like, it was like, wow, I was so happy for them. Like, because them rhyming those verses again and where they're at now in life is way further than where they were when they wrote those bars.
100%.
And that to me was so much beautiful art in itself. Like
100%. Like just to tag on to that, just to like hear people kind of clowning the Locks back in the day. It's like, oh, they're dropping a new album. I guess we're expecting it to go like double wood or something. You know what I'm saying? And then to hear Fat Joe just being like so enthusiastically saying yesterday's price ain't today's price. I was just like,
Fat Joe
I'm
was
so
like,
happy.
all yours, turn them, turn them, turn them. I got 100 in the place erupted. Fat Joe, shout outs to you, King, because that's that New York shit too. And exactly, I watched all of it, and it's ironic because I watched it, and then I was like, you know, this is so beautiful. Like I always watch his show because he does a really great job on his show. Like, and I've seen, like, there's a difference when you see men that are authenticated or certified have conversations with these other niggas that we respect or grow up to love, because they get the stories or they get the answers that other mans would not. You know, you're not worthy of that conversation to even bring it up to my face. You know what I mean? That's why things like drink chat, stuff like that is like so important as well, because Nori, of course, is certified. So that's why he's able to even get certain people that he gets. But to say, like, it's just beautiful to have seen Fat Joe, like, be able to talk about it. Everyone got home safely. There was no violence that I know of that was like reported. Anyone, you know, they just brought that energy, left it lyrical, and they announced a tour now. So found that wonderful.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Like, opportunities on opportunities. And that's really what it's about. Like, it's nice for us to see these people get discounted every day in their life, just like we do. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're artists, like, I look back at that whole Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Rockefeller situation, and I have to say, like, somebody didn't do their due diligence because they assumed Dame Dash was just a fucking rapper and there's a bunch of rapper shit. So they didn't, like, do their research. And I feel like even though these guys have they have all this success, they're still kind of just looked at as raggedy ass hood niggas. Yeah. And really, like, yeah, they fucking are. But that means a whole lot. Like, it's not just a raggedy ass hood nigga. Like, there's so much more to it. And now you're able to see it. And now you have networks just from being a raggedy ass hood nigga. And now you have backative from being a little raggedy ass hood nigga. And now you have a tour coming up, which means your paper's up, your price done changed, your stock done went up from being a fucking raggedy ass hood nigga. And I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. Like, that's why, even though it was last week, it still feels like yesterday.
Still feels like yesterday. Did you not hear me say I downloaded the thing and bumping it in my car as if like it's like it's like Fat Joe said it perfectly. He said, because he was explaining to someone like while they were in there, and he was like, do you understand that like this moment right now is like, is it popping? Is it a ting?
Appleton signature, mango carrot juice, Lego. Oh my gosh. I am in Ocho Rios right now. We Ochi right now.
No, I felt like it was gonna be a vibe.
Worldwide.
Ooh, it looks splendid. I'm just having this like boring.
She's sexy. She's so sexy. Ooh. Can we pause for a second? I need to get my charger.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, overall, like, you know, happy that all of them have just gotten to this point. We were able to witness that. And it just was everything for me. I will continue to be bumping it in the whip and at home.
Great.
And pretending like it was just, because it really just, even listening back to it, I was like, oh shoot, there was a lot of stuff that kind of I was catching that I didn't catch before. So amazing experience.
Word. Yeah, I need this. I feel like I just be looking naked in front of the people.
I like the look, whichever. You work it either way.
Big Draco.
So, moving forward, sorry, I know that you had an update regarding Fetty Wap.
Well, it was such a sad situation, but I noticed that like the parents seem to have some form of like, it's almost like they were bracing themselves for something. They hadn't really put anything out before, but they made an announcement to say that unfortunately their daughter was born with a heart defect, and she passed away from complications of that. Prayers are still going out to that family. We lift you up, we hold you up, we cover you. And who knows why God allows things, but hopefully this is something that's going to spark another life to like do their best, even if it's just through you guys as parents. So stay down, bear love and bear blessings, bear light.
Amen. Seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Beyonce just dropped her interview and some recent covers with Harper's Bazaar. Shout outs to them. They were also one of the first publications to like ever show me love, like a real press site. So shout out to Harper's Bazaar always. Right?
In New York, like that editor, me and that editor were friends.
Straight and that is Harper's good Bazaar. For me to know, because I was like, are they just low-key? They're the ones that were really fucking
and they are a very major publication. And that's one thing I do remember at like 18 years old being like, Vogue wasn't like this. But like Harper's Bazaar was like my bestie. They call me back just to sit up in the office and talk to me.
I love it.
They're good vibes.
I love it. So she's looking immaculate on the cover.
Oh, those shots, like, yeah, wow. Everything about them.
Amazing.
Is that something coming from like our Ivy Park or something? Because I did see the
but a lot of the looks, they were also like an incorporation of other things as well.
Because I was like, is she doing the chaps too? Go ahead, then a chap.
She had on a lot of couture type items, because even one of the shots, I was started reading the article, but I have not gotten to finish yet, so I can't like fully. But I know even the horse, I think the horse was like a Hermes horse. Like it was very, come on, she's a fucking billionaire. We got a billionaire ship. So that was amazing. As well, just continuing in Black women like greatness. Rihanna, she had really recently announced her
billionaire ship.
Oh yeah, her perfume, her new tax bracket. Well, she didn't announce it, but the world, they were ready to be like, yeah. So I'm no longer calling her Robin, because as you know, like my name is actually Kay Blair Fenty Carter, but now she is no longer Robin. So her name is actually Billy Rob.
I'm here for it.
I've been working on a name for her because niggas gotta put respect on the fact that like she's legit a billionaire, and they tried to come for her neck in all types of ways, talk about she can't sing, what she do, this, that. She's a fucking billionaire.
I just love that when she was really ready to bust, that you have to look at her place now and you have to be like, yo, her manager did her so dirty that she didn't even have $10,000 to her rich ass name, and now she's a fucking billionaire. Hello,
Bitch,
and look at God.
My money.
And look at God and where God can bring you. And where if you're not afraid to be in a little bati hole for a little bit, the way you can be increased. So here for it. You go ahead, sis. You put in the work, bro. So, and I love the fact that she's definitely a billionaire, not just off of like, you couldn't be a billionaire off of just being a musician alone. People are shitting on her because they want that album, but I'm like,
exactly.
She's been making that money. She's out here shmoney dancing on your faces.
She's giving you the looks and the skincare. Listen, my girl is busy. Stop stressing her. She is busy, okay? She will give you the things. She has to, make nice Bayesian dishes for her man, and they do the things, and she has to.
He's part Bayesian too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's so crazy.
And as a Bayesian man, like they want their food, like, and you are.
He's not.
And you are. Yeah, but you want a little pie. You want a little, shout out to my Bayesians out there.
Shout out to the Bayesians fans.
They want their things.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Like Rocky doesn't look like he eats a lot. I'm being rude because
I would say that, but honestly, now knowing people like you or my brother, like, yo, that guy literally has an 8-pack. He doesn't work out. All he does is his work that he does. And when he shares his food every time, it's like a pyramid, and that is just the first serving. So I'm not going to put that to him just because now I really do know people that
he might, and you might be right. She looks like she eats more than him. I don't know why. Like she just looks a little more greedy than he is.
Definitely. Love Riri. She has the Billies. Billy Rob, love you, queen.
I feel like that name will stick if we can get a dance to that. If like we can create a dance to go with Billy Rob, I think Billy Rob can stick.
Right? Because it's like you got to put the B before her name, like in some way. You know what I mean? Like,
straight.
Respectfully.
Yo, she's in the Billionaires Boys Club. You understand? You understand?
No, I'm so happy for her. God is shining on her for real. So
Amen. Shout
outs to you, Queen. And on top of that, she recently announced like her perfume. And that is something that people always love to speak about. How amazing Rihanna smells. I'm sure she smells freaking immaculate. I didn't quite have the same amount of love for all of the scents that she dropped, but I do remember the one that had the black like ribbon around it. That one was like A1 back when I was like in high school and stuff. So now she dropped another one and it already sold out in a day. So shout out.
I mean, it's Riri. Where was it you that posted the meme with or the clip with Lil Nas X and they're like, what's your favorite scent? He's like, Rihanna.
No, but I meant to, but I seen it.
It's so funny that you're like, she's known for smelling good. And like, there was a whole little reel and everyone's like, it's Rihanna. You know, she smells good. And Rihanna, she just smells so
Everyone says that about her. So it's like, now you just have to find her to be able to smell her. Sorry if that sounds, but I'm sorry. You know how it goes.
Girl.
Be honest.
Girl, you fly as fuck, We
love you. Know. It is right. It is what it is. It is what it is. You're a fly mamacita. Okay. Right. She's like, mamacita. So speaking of fabulous Black women, let's just continue on to congratulating Angela Bassett. And she's recently become one of the highest paid color actresses, gaining, I think, $450K per episode of the new season of whatever the show is, but she's getting her checks. Exactly. She's getting her checks.
Well deserved. I'm just gonna tip the cup to her. Like she's a big vet in the game. She's been doing things. I really do love that she can be like that could be added to her name, and I'm gonna celebrate it, and then I'm gonna leave it alone off the strength that like we shouldn't necessarily feel happy that she finally like made a little bit of strides in 2021.
Facts.
We'll be happy about it, but then we'll also say, so we don't need to be categorized like that for much longer. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather hear that she's the most paid woman.
Period.
You know what I mean?
And it's funny you bring that up because shout outs to Amethyst. She sent me an interesting post and it was in relation to Jennifer Aniston. And she is worth about 300 mil, but I think the conversation that was sent to me was around the fact of like how much she was kind of earning per episode when doing like Friends or other things. And it's just like, it's nowhere in comparison to what Angela Bassett is getting.
And that's my point. I will take the small, like we'll always give thanks for the days of the small blessings. But for this one, I'm going to say, let's hail up our sister. Let's hail up our auntie for real. But like, also let's be like, but auntie deserved that. So wagwan.
She did.
You understand it? Like but when you look at it, you're like, nah, she's even bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact that Queen Amethyst sent you that is exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's definitely a good stride, but they're still segregating. You know what I mean? Exactly. She has to be the woman of color. And then you have to hear that this one is making like $1 million per episode. You know what I mean? So like we're definitely bridging a gap and I'm happy about that. But let's just remember that we always have room to walk out with our dignity or get what we're worth.
Exactly.
Period. Point blanco.
Period. But yeah, so I definitely did want to congratulate her, but also bring that conversation. So did you have any like specific, and DaBaby is still out here, if anyone still here is getting canceled, ripped off of things are happening. But I'm sticking with what we said, and it's exactly that. At the end of the day, it is a young Black man and it is a young Black woman. And number one, like, everybody needs healing, everybody needs work. So all this energy and stuff taken, to give so much hate, it's kind of like redundant and getting useless to me, because I'm like, the time you're taking to do that, like, and out of all people, I'm really mad that I'm about to say this, but like, to see Miley Cyrus stretch out a hand and be like, I definitely know what you're going through right now, DaBaby, because I didn't know myself at one point too. So like, I can definitely, offer you some not game, but you know what I mean? As someone that's just really been in cancel culture before. So I feel like those are the kind of energies and things to lead with. Even I remember Shy, I just dropped my interview with her, lovely queen, and she's a TV like host. And I remember when the thing went viral with the Gorilla Glue girl, and it was jokes and shits and giggles, all of that. But she was the one person I knew. She actually got an interview with the Gorilla Glue girl, and she came from a different angle, which was just kind of like, are you okay? How are you dealing with all of this? Like, you know? So at times it's really easy to pick like the easy target side, but also remember that, you know, and it's not no shade, no tea.
Eat fruit and mind.
But like, he's still a father. He still has women in his life. Like, I seen a video of him with his family. Like, he's clearly the breadwinner, whatever, of his family. So I'm never gonna wish for like all of that to be, all those blessings to be taken, because those are the same things we're aspiring to. And then what happens, you know, when we do make a mistake, because Killa, you're not perfect, I'm not perfect. And in this TV media entertainment industry, who knows if someone could take a clip from our podcast years later or something, and like, I don't know, we don't know. And
100%.
like, you know what I mean? So he was definitely out of left field, but
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm still sticking to the perspective of it's really easy to criminalize a Black man. Did he do what he did? He did. Was he out of line? Was he out of pocket? He was. But I have to look at the fact that he's in an industry where he hasn't come out and say exactly those kind of marginalizing things, but he's done and said a lot of coon ass, like, creep nigga shit. And it was handled for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was handled and buried for him.
Yeah.
So he never really had to take the responsibility of it. And I can't throw myself in those shoes, but I have to look from that perspective where what happens when your moral compass is being skewed for you? Like, what happens when you're almost being made a demigod kind of thing? And now you say some dumb shit that nobody rocks with, because, you know, there's taboos that you don't cross, and they can't suppress it for you. They can't spin it for you. Like, nobody wants to, your label and the PR teams don't want to put their foot in that place. And I just feel like they left him out to just get his ass handed to him off the strength that he said something about the gay community. I don't agree with what he said. And I've been talking to my homies in the LGBT community, and they kind of expressed it like, you know, we have a lot of stigma off of shame. And he kind of just brought all that back. And I totally understand that. But I just feel like you said, people make mistakes. And that's another thing where I was just like, y'all don't just want to say, yo, you made a mistake, nigga. You got to do better now. Instead, it's just like, oh, we're waiting for you to fall. Like, we're so happy to see all this fucking calamity going around in your life. And I almost kind of feel like the industry kind of plays you to play yourself.
Yep.
And I really think that's
they
what
make money off of all of it.
Off of all of it, whether you get paid or not. And
I seen a post where it's like the industry made, don't quote me, something like 17, either it was, I think it was 17 billion, and artists only made 12% of that.
And that's only a lot.
12%.
Because they were making less.
Exactly.
10 years ago. That's actually a lot for them to be getting, and that's next to nothing. And I agree with you. Like, business. I'm not even gonna watch who came to his aid, because like, at the end of the day, that's why you go through things. Like, Miley Cyrus really did go through it and had to know herself. And she had to know herself in a way where like nobody was really pulling her up other than the Black community for being performative and fucking appropriating.
Yeah.
And getting paid off it. But she still reached out. And that's the thing about God. Like, he puts you through things so that you can turn around and be a help. Like, the way God turns things around is pretty awesome. So I look at that Miley Cyrus thing, and I'm kind of glad that she found herself enough to reach out to somebody that everybody's trying to blackball. Like, that's pretty powerful. And I really just hope that, like, I want him to realize what he did. I don't want him to outright come out and apologize the way he's been apologizing, because like, they've let him put his foot in his mouth over and over and over and over and over. And I know it sounds like maybe I'm babying him, but I'm just like, no. Yeah. They backed this nigga up for years. They swelled this nigga up. He did something dumb, and now all of a sudden his foot's all in his mouth everywhere.
Yeah.
He hasn't necessarily changed.
Yeah.
It's his reality and his sense of reality that's being skewed. So now I'm just like, I do hope the best for him. I really, really hope he learns. Like, I hope he learns from this and moves forward as a better person in general. I hope he finds himself. But yeah, like it's gonna be rough for him for a little bit.
It's gonna be rough. Hold on one second. Bro, it's too hot today. It's way too hot. So yeah, you guys out there, hope you're keeping cool, drinking your water, staying hydrated, and like getting to it. So interesting topic that I was kind of having with one of my girls this week. She kind of gave me permission to talk about it out loud. Question for you, Killa. Mm-hmm. Do you love your boobs?
Yep.
That was so easy for you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I used to have huge tits. Got braces. Had a space in between. You had braces? Yep. Bottom row. And because of it, like I have what's called a deep bite. So my upper row sits right on top of my lower row.
That's me right now. Yeah.
So when they put the braces on, I had a gap and I couldn't chew. So I ended up losing weight. And when I gained the weight back, it all went to my ass. Now, yeah, I guess we also have to remember I've been around for 4 decades. So I've had a lot of time to like come to terms with what.
Stop lying. Stop lying to the people. You'll never know. She's ageless.
I've had time. I've had time to like love them. And I love them. Like, yeah, they're not subject to gravity. They're small and whimsical. Like, I'm totally here for them. They fit me. I love my boobs. But where are we going? What's this?
Well, it's just in general. Like, I definitely went through a journey, as we spoke about before, where it's just like I didn't really always have that love for mind. Went under the knife. Then having to go through that journey to be like, it really doesn't matter. It has to come from within. And then speaking to other women, like, it's just such a, like, it's either you do, you don't, you wish it was kind of this, but it also traced back to the fact of like, what was that conversation like for you, like getting your first bra, or the fact that you would need bras? I feel like that also kind of like influences how you feel about moving forward. And I feel like that experience for me was always like uncomfortable.
Word. Yeah, for me,
I felt like it was uncomfortable. Like, it wasn't like, why am I getting yelled at for growing this? This is not what I'm supposed to like do. Like, I'm kind of confused.
Word. I can see that definitely being part of the situation. Just that whole like communication issue with your West Indian parents is always gonna like kind of permeate into the situation.
And other women, I felt like they would shame me a lot. Oh, and you know what? Like, away. When where can I put them?
In your face, bitch. Come right here. I'm inviting you. If it shuts you the fuck up, come right here and I give you rest.
I should have had that energy.
But you know, for like when a woman's shaming another woman, it hurts when a woman shames you. But you always have to be like, baby girl, how you feeling about yourself? Because I can't look that far if I'm over here like paying attention to where I'm at. Like, I can't. What am I doing? Thanks. You know what I mean? And it's rough, but at the same time, that's what I look like. For me, it was more so just like the high school talks. Like, guys are always about, oh, you know, girls need to have boobs. Or I find that men will be like, oh, well, you have this, but you don't have that. Always. So they try to kind of like find those things that you don't have in a way to almost like make you feel a little insecure about yourself. And when I like, that's something that I had to look at. And when I looked at that, I was just like, I don't got time to feel any ways about myself because you basically fucking said so. So, yeah, I'm going to come to the terms. Like, I have small tits. I have a small waist. I have a fat ass. I'm skinny. Most people think I don't eat. I'm tall. Like, yeah, whatever. Cool. But at the end of the day, like, I woke up this morning. I like my body. Yeah, I'm a little tiny Tom-sized Krispy Kreme. So fucking what? Like, you're not. You're something else. And what you are is great too.
Right? And that's I like right there. That's the energy. Mm-hmm. That's everyone the energy. And I'm just like, to all those girls that used to shame me, like, fuck you.
You wish you had kids, bitch.
Like, that's what was that about? Like, what was that about? Like, nobody asked you.
Like jugs. That's what you wanted. You wanted.
You know what I'm saying? Stop rejecting that.
Stop it.
I never walked up to a girl and be like, oh my gosh, your booty's just so big. Like, never.
Like, why?
Never. So it's just like, why is that energy with like girls with big boobs? But right now we're going through it. Days like this.
You're melting.
We're going through it. Reach out to a big titty friend. God damn it.
Give her a bottle of water or some pack of ice, something. Like, help a bitch out.
Something. God damn. But I just, yeah, okay. I'm happy you said that. So I hope to you ladies out there, if you are not fully, just your whole entire self, but you know your boobs, like it's something that is so crucial to like the function and the giving of life. Like the fact that we can legit become like food to help sustain till it, like it's insane, like to even conceptualize sometimes. So, you know, love your boobs.
Love your boobs. They do good work.
They do. They do. They do. So that brings me to my next question. Would you say that you're like a judgy person?
No, but I do know that I can be. I do try to keep like an open mind. I feel like I've been in a lot of situations where I've been judged and maybe I didn't understand why I was being judged. And the feeling that left me with, I didn't like it. So I try not to put it on others, but I do like seeing people do the best for themselves and kind of like do better. And I do feel like sometimes I get a little too enthusiastic with other people's progression, and I might have to pull back because I will get judgy. I was like, no, you should have done this because that would have been better for you, and then you would have just shined so much brighter. But it's like, that's not your journey. Like you're just supposed to throw up the fucking pom-poms and say, yeah,
hooray. I feel like that's a Libra thing. We always want to like step in and be like, no, but you gotta like, because for us it's coming from like a genuine place, but like other signs don't really take it or see it that way all the time.
I respect that. Like you can only interact and communicate with people where they're at. And we're just like, well, we're so happy that we're here now. It's like, all right, but take it easy. Maybe you gotta wait for this person to pull up, you know?
Legit. Okay. So I definitely feel like I'm a judgy person, but like not to like others. I just feel like I'm really judgmental of like myself. Like before I post or whatever, I will literally zoom to the smallest, like until it can go no more. To like that's me. And I'm just like, that is not necessarily healthy behavior. If I'm being
do you feel like you being judgy towards yourself is something that you learned?
Definitely. Because I feel like I can remember from very young, like even getting ready to go to church, like when I was finally able to like choose my own outfits, right?
Yeah, I wear that.
That's I wear. I wear that panty. You know, sister, the same. And it's just
see like, the panty anymore. Oh, that's my mom. Come here, Camila. I can see your. I can see what you're thinking. I can see it. You're going out like that.
Oh, I've been called a Jezebel before leaving out the house. Definitely. But yeah, definitely stems from like back then. I'm just like, we gotta be less harsh to each other, because that's what my friend and I came to the realization. Well, not realization, but just the fact of like, yo, you can only learn how to be a better woman from other women. Only women know what women go through. Like, you know what I mean? When I first started like attending to my area down south, if that's something you're into, you know what I mean? I didn't know at first. Well, not everyone, you know, I'm just not leaving anybody out.
Like, that's something that you're into.
You know, like I just don't want to leave. We're all inclusive. Come on now.
I get it.
So with that being said, like, I remember you're just taking the razor and just crying the thing, and you're like, yo, you cannot do that. And then like, it wasn't until I met one of my best friends, and she was friends really close with a stripper that put her on to game. Like, that is a huge part of like why I don't even like shame against strippers, because a lot of the shit we need to know or learn, we can learn from them. To each their own, but that is how I feel.
Yep.
And it's just like, if I didn't talk to another woman about that, I would not have known. No guy's looking at you to be like, oh, I see you got razor bumps. Here, this is what you should like. No, like I'm just
That's the truth. That's the truth. And I'm only laughing because it's like at some point you realize in your head that it matters more to you.
That as well. That as well. But
and
that also
anybody
speaks
who
to
it
the type
does
of
matter
woman you want to
to
be.
has a problem.
That also speaks to like the type of woman you want to, like, you know what I mean? But it's just a fact that like we need to be able to, like, there's certain things, Killa, I would not have known unless I had like just been like, you know what, fuck it, Killa, this might be TMI, but XYZZ, and then you'll put me onto game, and that right there is ancestry. That right there is like togetherness. So it's just like we gotta, like, I don't know where along the line we're just like, we can't talk to you. We can't only talk to our men or talk to our men. They don't know the things that we go through, really.
I feel like that is like an old age situation where like men had more power than women. And I definitely feel like they prey on us from like a retail perspective, and it kind of just like goes outward. Like we're definitely taught to be like mean catty competition with each other and not really recognize each other as networks. Whereas like these dudes will breeze through all of us and laugh about it after they fight over it.
Facts. That is if I can do it anymore, that is the kicker right there. Right. So that is why it's so important to have, because I definitely feel like that. I'm like, I can't really be friends with women, stuff like that. But I also had to stop saying that out loud, at least, because I was literally manifesting that. The more and more I say that out loud and the more I feel that way, is the more and more I'm just going to see women out there and be like, oh, fuck her. Like, and that is not the energy that we need to be on.
Word. I'm going to be honest. I've had not major issues, but like a little bit of shade from women. Definitely. I am very loving to women. Like I support women 100%. I just feel like we're moving like we're alone in this life, and it's a lie that we've kind of bought into, and I don't like it. So I tend to want to be very supportive towards women, especially Black women. And when you haven't been honored or treated with love, it might be hard to receive it when someone's just like, you're so amazing, you're so gorgeous, I think you should have the world. And you're like, who is this bitch and why is she talking to me? Like I'm a piece of gold. I don't understand this shit. And I'm just like, because you are. I don't know you, and I don't want to know you. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we aren't friends, but I'm gonna hail you up just because you crossed my path. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody's told you this shit, but I'm gonna tell you this shit. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody else is supporting you, but I'm supporting you. And you're not my friend. Know yourself. But I'm gonna give you that love. I don't know. Like, I think it's important to give out. You know, they say like love is like a magic penny. You keep it to yourself and you don't have any. It's like you're supposed to be giving that out to everybody. And like, tell me when it really became shitty to give a good vibe.
That part, I was literally just about to say that. I'm like, I've never given out a compliment and after felt like, you know what? If they didn't receive it well, I'm probably like, girl, I meant what I said. So it is. I meant it.
I said what I said.
Like, it is what it is. You take that how you want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even
but I needed to celebrate you in that moment.
Yeah, even in the
like, get your flowers, boo.
I seen Sweet Tea and I was like, yo, your eyebrows are fucking on point. Yes. And like the smile and like the vibrancy that like, it's just the little things for people because you never know. And I just feel like as a woman, I know how much we put into doing our makeup or getting off certain looks or whatever. So yeah, Shreddy, I'm gonna tell you, you did that.
You did that.
Period.
Yep, I agree. That's exactly how I feel about it too. It's just like, why don't we want to be nice to each other? Like, you imagine like how much easier it would be to like have business meetings and make business deals and like come together, have events.
That part, definitely still working towards.
You know what? Like everything that's good should really be a work in progress because you should be able to learn how to scale it to do it again. So that's cool. That's cool.
That part. So with that being said, was there anything else you kind of wanted to discuss before we went out this week?
So it is completely unrelated. It has nothing to do with anything, but
shout out to your do-rag. Shout out to your do-rag this week. It's super hard. I didn't even catch the two-tone. Like, you're just stunting on these hoes right now.
So I was supposed to be wearing my hoodie with my Every Nigga is a Star because I'm giving all this Jada Kiss, Locks, D-Block energy right here. Because I like to consider myself a real nigga and I want to represent the real niggas whose price just went up. You understand? Yeah, I mean, yeah, like low-key in the do-rag game, kind of holding back on it because I'm trying to perfect the wave butter because wavers are serious about their things and I really want to focus on course wavers and like do them proper. I want to do them so proper. You know what I mean? Like I understand what it's been like to have representation and understand my 4C hair. And I just want like, if you want to be a waver with your 4C hair, I want your waves to be like popping. So working on that low key. If we're talking about what I want to just exit on, it's how I always have to be surprised with these little titties. Why the hell am I sweating between these little titties? Huh?
The heat, bro. I seen some like 31 on the dash today. I was like, you know what?
But I take it.
I need to get back inside to this AC real fucking quick.
Nah, I'm gonna take it. Oh my gosh. This is just like, this is helping me manifest like St. Lucia or even Maldives. You put Maldives in my head and I haven't been able to get it out.
But even then it's like a different type of heat. It's not like the heat here.
Yeah, so the apartment is very much St. Lucia heat for me. But when I go outside, it's not as humid. But I have like that humidity inside the apartment. This feels like St. Lucia to me. And I'm here for it. I'm all here for it. I'll take the 30s for the little 2 days that we're gonna have it. And I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make myself happy.
So before we go, I also want to send out a special congratulations to Moscato Pink Girls, Emerald and Ashley. Super proud of you ladies. Super proud. They had a billboard downtown in celebration of their fashion show happening this week, which EFP, as we said, will be in the building. So we are like really happy for you. I really know how hard you ladies work. Plus you guys are moms and you do it all. So like really proud that you guys have just brought it this far. And it's like real entrepreneurs, real people we know doing real things. So excited to go out and show support and love to them and see you guys shine.
Right. I was talking to Candy about it and I was just like, yeah, I'm excited to be in a room full of dope Black women. Like
that part. So yeah, blessings to you ladies. Wishing you nothing but success and sales and revenue and ROIs and all them things. All of the growth. All of the growth. There we are. We got our blessing sound. Right?
The shellings
are the blessings for real. So that's it for me this week, Killa. I'm out. I'm definitely gonna finish what I was doing and all the laundry and all the stuff because like, adulting is just not always fun.
Yeah, no, but it has its perks.
Are you gonna finish that mango Appleton?
I'm definitely gonna finish this little glass. The rest of the mango carrot juice is going in the fridge because I'm not a big juice person. Yeah, I'm mostly moss off on water. I have a bag of like editing things that I need to get into, and I've been like putting it on.
I want to hear that word right now. Editing,
right? Those ones. I'm just gonna go check in and see what I have to do. Like, I just made a little mini order. We have your order in, and I'm gonna for the customs. One of my printers, like he's super informative and like he's done the custom stuff himself. So whenever he sees me dropping like little hints on my Insta stories, he's like, okay, so this is how you have to do it. Like you're winging it, you did good, but this is how you have to do it
proper.
So I'm gonna go talk to him, and we're gonna come up with a plan to like get some more samples out, get you your shirt.
That's fun, and I gotta make another order for body scrub. And I messed up. I should have done it prior so I could have scrubbed this week.
You're right on time because I can literally just get the oils and make it for you by Friday.
Yeah. Okay. So I can't at least have it to go home with. Okay. Yeah. Works out for me. So love you guys, EFP fam. Thank you guys for all your support. You guys definitely showed up and showed out last episode. Got great positive feedback. I see that you guys are still bumping the playlist, so thank you for that. You guys know we have the playlist there on Spotify, Apple Music, so help yourself out, enter that bowl of fruit. Plus we got the Bashment Summer playlist. And as I was telling Killa, I was like feeling inspired since I've been doing this working out thing to do a Let's Sweat playlist. So it's loading, it's coming, and yeah. And then as soon as Drake drops this
I'm in the Rolodex
CLB album, we can update other playlists with all the good things. So that is that is the plan musically. Make sure you're supporting BigKilla.com. Let them know.
Big Killa, 4 A's to you. Okay. All things artful. Yeah, I mean, Salt Lisi, like she said, for the scrubs, if you want that glow up. And then we got our beads at Icy Little Things, just so you should know you're beautiful, queen.
That part. So blessings to you all. Stay safe. And I just want y'all to remember to make sure y'all got your mask, and we gonna leave you with this word one more time. All right.
Went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's